into one new role, and the rest of the teams think.
Look at you, and you have structure already on the other side of TL. It spells what they love. Zaya Rakan, Rise as well. It kind of saws going around the map, controlling the team fights the way they want to control them, and they've already set that up in kind of three champions.
Such a strong bottom lane right now, too. Lovers duo, back in full action. They've gotten back together, and their romance, their love is stronger than ever.
Sometimes you got to reinitiate those vows and be like, it is true.
Right?
It's real.
It's okay to take a break.
That's just the next level, the level up. Here we go. Sivir on the other side, another big bot lane right now, or marksman, if you will, coming into the on the Rift. Sivir is being played high play, low play, all around right now.
She's so good. I mean, Spell Shield is just an amazing ability. The fact that the Rage Blade AD carries are a little bit weaker make her a bit stronger. You can go Essence Reaver, make sure you get more ultimates down that will really help out the Rengar and the Rumble initiation. Then what I really want to see out of CLG is an Ivern mid, right? If you're going to do funnel, you're going to cheese, you drop the bushes in the mid lane, you have Rengar hop all over,
baby,
right?
That's the synergy is there. Yeah, the synergy is there. I like that. We haven't seen Ivern in a bit either. Saw a few normal games with him the other day. He's still annoying as hell.
Oh, yeah.
He's just this guy that makes you want to pull your hair out. You're like, look at that. It's got 10 HP. I can kill it. And it's like shield, rooted, shield, 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 shield.
Shields that heal.
It's ridiculous. So we have first half of our compositions put together. It looks like a definite mismatch in what people have chosen. So we have jungle being focused over here with a bit of top lane from CLG. The Nautilus support being locked out as well, as he can just wreak havoc coming in, getting down to damage, putting on the shield, and you can't do much about the CC.
Yeah, I mean, Rumble, still a good flex pick, so they're probably going to try to save it till the very end until you see where it's going to go. And same thing with the Rise, but I think Rise is just better off in the top lane right now. If you go in mid, you're kind of short range. You want to have a really strong gank setup, otherwise you're just going to get pushed in over and over. So that's why Rek'Sai, Rise is such a good combination. The double Rs, very easy to just lock somebody down, hit him with the knockup, and then follow up with all the damage in the world.
Yeah, they attack call in. Also take out the Morgana. You don't want to be dealing with double spell shields here. Looks like they might get the Duran taunt in from Galio. You get initiation if you actually need to get Rengar in. You can't get him out. You have a bit of a grand entrance.
You could use it in stealth. Right, Rengar is stealth in, and then suddenly there's a Galio drop in behind you. You did not expect that.
The only initiation you get is an eyeball over your head, and then a Galio flying through the eyeball. So that is locked in. Probably looking for a mid lane here on the side of CLG Academy. It would really tell us what that composition is going to do. A lot of this Olaf has been coming back, especially with Sejuani up in the composition, but still like the Olaf as this team wants to go forward and just fight so far.
Olaf is really good if you're worried that your jungler is going to get picked off all the time by himself, because you can just go and do a lot of plays on your own and you're going to be fine. So very individualistic champion, but the whole point of it is to use him with your teammates. So yes, he can work by himself, but you want to just get in there and abuse the fact that you can run somebody down at any level.
Like, I'm going to get fought, I'll pick a dueler. Get Olaf in the jungle. Akali picked over on the side for Insanity, I believe. We still have to watch for that Rise and the Akali go. Zillion is actually going to be locked in, so that utility towards the mid lane.
Could smell the cheese from a mile away the second you lock in that Rengar. No one does that without anything spicy up their sleeve, and Zillion is just that, right? Speed up the Rengar, put some bombs on them, give him an ultimate, one-shot somebody on the other side. It's going to be pretty good.
I like it. You can get him into the fight. You can also get everybody towards the fight with Sivir's speed, and the equalizer slows down. A whole lot of synergy between CLG Academy's fight to squash out what TL's bringing to the table. But I feel like TL, they don't stay on the equalizer. They don't stay in bomb range very long. They're in, they're out, and a lot of their fight is fast.
Yeah, play Lux support.
We'll bring
really good right
some
now.
Prickle Deer, Sir Chesnassus. We got gates everywhere. We'll help you knock them down. All right, getting into the game here. Team Liquid Academy versus Counter Logic Gaming Academy. 1 and 2 versus the 2 and 1. As TLA, yes, they do have a loss, actually. Not undefeated. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but there is the opportunity for an invade anytime you have the Olaf. Really annoying, actually. He always gets to go in, but Rumble might be trying to get some counter wards instead. No, it's a little collapse.
Good eyes, good eyes. We like leaving somebody in this brush. Mike Young solos himself to the mid lane. You got to watch out for that late invade, and it was going to be Tuesday to get that one started off for the team. They follow up the kill for Call-In, and Tuesday, the rest of the team putting themselves in a great spot in middle brush to get that kill on Mike Young as they exit the jungle.
Not the start you want out of that invade, and Olaf even burns his flash. Let's take another look at he face tick on his own. Look at the mismatch. Nobody else is going in for that. He thought it was safe.
Yep.
It's never safe in Fog of War.
Really a great call from Tuesday. Like you said, they were going to push out or push in, so they did push him out of the jungle. They wrap around towards mid, and now we have any buys from that? Doesn't look like too much, so it's just going to be experience towards level 2, maybe a hit for lane advantage.
And I think the big one is just that he burned his flash out of that.
Absolutely.
And only Tuesday burned his own flash, which is not going to be an easy gank. You're really not going to be able to find a way to punish Zillion when you've got Rise Olaf. He's going to be real easy to just speed away from that gank.
The Golden Relic for Cannon Wave. And clear this out and get their level 2. Should be nice and quick here for TL Mac. Sure you?
Alright, so Mike, it's time to just power farm at this point. There's no need to show your face out of the jungle after this one. You just got to catch up in levels anyways. And Moon is already pretty strong, having that one little bone tooth stack, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of somewhat keep forgetting how it always keeps getting changed, the Rengar bone tooth necklace ability.
Get an assist, it still bites in. We'll see if he gets the damage upgrade on the next one. Mike Young back towards the top side, like you said, not showing his face. He's not going to be too low. Still pretty healthy in the jungle, so he's not going to crush through it. We may see action from Moon first here. If he does decide to get a lane, and he can get pushed into the spot lane and maybe use Call-In and the rest to get a kill onto Shore You or Matt. Hard to get that Recon lane killed, though, especially since he has the distance to get himself to safety, just like this.
And even though they can be playing this aggressive, I don't think they're going to have backup from Moon here. Yes, Rengar can be pretty good ganking early on because of the brushes if you're playing around the wards and the brushes in the bottom lane, but it's kind of a better level 6 jungler anyways. So I think that Moon is just more than happy to get that experience from the first blood, farm it up, wait to hit those levels, and then you can just constantly dive bottom lane or mid lane over and over. The 2v2 between Zillion and Rengar against a Ryze that has no cleanse is just filthy.
And why are we seeing so much more Rumble? Tons of Rumble in Academy. We just saw more Rumble in LEC. Is it because you're not cooking tanks? You're cooking kind of squishies all over the map? What is this?
So you see Rumble because, one, he has no mana, so it's very easy to just stay in lane forever.
Feels good.
And you have a shield, which lets you actually survive your dives pretty well. You can always push the wave, so you have a lot of opportunity to control the minion wave, which is something that pros want all the time. How much control can you assert over a minion wave with your spells? Rumble is great at that. And since you're fighting early so often, a level 6 equalizer or an equalizer at any level is just going to decimate any team fight, because MR that early on is rare. With Conqueror being so prevalent, you're more often than not just seeing a lot of physical damage and not MR.
Auto taking a good hit with the Justice Punch back in. They don't trade damage very well, and we see the Lovers duo coming up very big here on a lane that wants to kind of keep it even. Still, CS is great, but that mismatch and advantage of HP could call down Mike Young. Still safe farming now as both junglers looking to hit 6.
So they
like nothing else.
They want Colin to E in. Oh, he sees him though. He got ping. Very wise out of Mike to back off there, because Moon would have jumped on him right away. And look at Moon's items. He's got a boots, cooldown reduction boots already.
Interesting. Is this something you've ever built on your Rengar?
I have. So
Nice.
I've actually tried this on Rengars, on Vi's, on Nocturnes, pretty much level 6 junglers that you want to use your ultimate as much as possible. And because Rengar doesn't want attack speed, he just wants AD and to cast his spells.
You could just
cooldown reduction is great for him because your damage is just coming from your Q spam anyways.
Ooh. Great little in and out. He leaves 3 chickens over the side for Moon. And he's going to be able to go back around and get his Raptors right now. Mid lane's kind of resetting. You'll see Tuesday back, get his TP back to mid lane if he even requires it from that push on the lane by Insanity. 47-36 there, 40-30 in the top lane. Things are looking pretty good all around. Nobody has too big of an advantage. It does not look like that early kill in the jungle has swayed too much.
No, it hasn't done anything actually. Gold is dead even, and every TL lane is winning in the farm. So they're doing a great job. I think they could just keep this up and say, oh, we're passively accruing a gold lead. There's no need to actually force anything. Let's let CLG make the assertive play for now, because they are still collecting gold at a pretty steady stream. When I started this sentence, the gold was even, and now they're 300 ahead. So keep it up, TL.
What are these investments? Who are your bankers? Let me know. Down for possible early mountain?
Look at that. Look at the little logo now. It's not the dragon's face. Oh, I kind of emblem. I do kind of miss the dragon face though.
He was angry. Always kind of staring at you.
Yeah.
Those like shower curtains that just follows you. Don't like that. Creepy.
I need a new shower.
You need a new shower?
Yeah, I need a new place.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Back on Dignitas.
Oh, yeah. I should hit up Odie. I'll hit him up. Odie, you want to let me stay in the dig house?
Boom.
That'd be amazing though if they actually get the old house back.
That house looked cool. I don't know where it was, but the views from that house, man.
It was in Long Beach, and it had the best view for sure.
There you go. Looks like TL has a pretty good view on this one. Even down that kill, the gold still switching back and forth, though. And not be balanced just yet. Moon grabs red. I don't know, Tuesday's just helping him. Maybe to fly. He is confused. I think they're both confused.
You can take the funnel out of CLG, but you can't take the CLG. I don't know the saying, but I think he understood what I was going for because you laughed, so it worked.
It was there. He's going to go by. Actually, it looks like they want to keep pressure on this dragon. Maybe they felt like they were seen out. Mike Young's trying to get a little bit back in these jungles after losing his Raptors. So TL's actually trying to put on that docket a little pressure. They're saying, you need to answer what we are doing. We're going to take dragon. Here it looks like Moon, he's playing into that game just a little bit, and he's not going to get too much out of it here. Just Grop still left up on that bot side.
Ooh, nice from him, catching that ward. That's the way you got to ward against these kind of long-distance junglers. It's no point warding your regular River Brush because he's never going to gank you from there. He's going to gank you from the lane.
Right.
You're not going to have a lot of time to see it, so making sure that you can spot him before he pops the ultimate lets you play safe.
It's the thing, you just can't tunnel and forget right after seeing him. Because that's the process. You're like, oh, I see he's there. I won't go in. Oh, look, my flash is back up.
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah.
The play just changes.
Surely he wouldn't go for it. We just saw him. Why would he ever go for it? That's very famous last words.
A little pressure by Matt here. Just playing the step up, making sure CSing is a little bit harder. Trying to play the mind games on auto. And they do have him down 2 waves right now. They'll be able to clean up a bit of hits. They'll be a wave and a half down.
Now, take a look at Moon's inventory again.
More cooldown, bro.
Yeah. So, okay, I can see the Kindle Gem going into your Black Cleaver. That's a stun.
Ultimate down on the hunt. Roaming. Oh, he flashes himself out. Gets the stun from the empowered Bola. Very scary there for him. Colin possibly going down here. No feathers to pull back. Goes for the ultimate. Featherstorm flashes for Colin. Shoryu does not pick up that kill, but they get 2 summoners. No, 1 summoner from Colin by using Matt's 2 in the bot lane.
I'm so surprised that Tuesday and Moon did not commit for that play on Ryze. There's a zillion ultimate. I felt like you can at least trade 1 for 1, get the ult back, and then run away from that, but they gave Mike Young so much credit.
And you've left Ryze up for now a dragon to be taken. Here's the fight in the bot lane as well. Quickness on.
That was nasty. That's a double knockup with the double quickness. Not sure what happened to that spell shield there, but it did not save any lives.
So that's auto going down, 1-1 on the kill board now. Mountain Drake going over to the favor of Team Liquid Academy as they set up a little map control here. Doesn't look like too much damage has been done to any of the turrets. Plate's still pretty strong as each team is just playing the minion waves for now.
I've got mixed feelings about what just happened there because the brunt of this composition does revolve around Zillion and Rengar, and they missed out on what looked to me a good opportunity for getting a kill. So I'm not sure how practiced they are with this, or at least a little nervous as to what their composition can do here because, man, snowballing on those 2 champions is a really quick way to end the game. But if you're not pulling the trigger at every opportunity that's available, you're going to find yourself 20 minutes in just trying to pick somebody, but they're already going to be grouped. You need to take advantage of the laning phase when members of the opposing team are by themselves.
And you can see how quick Moon can do that again. And Tuesday's ult is actually not that long. They're still waiting on, you know, sure you would be waiting on his. Mike Young didn't use his, but what I'm saying is Rengar and Zillion can, like you said, go over and over. It's almost an on cooldown thing that Rengar wants to be kind of clawing at people and tearing their heads off.
That's a good point. Playing it really safe, you're going to be able to use that again since he's already having so much CDR. So I hope that they at least execute it again and get the kill here. So if that's the case, then their plan for not going forward in the first place does make some more sense.
The mind games. We're like, not this time, but oh, the second time. Oh, kickflip. Hit him with it. No, harpoon matches. Oh, he's trying to bait him in. He says, I hit you with 1 harpoon. Makes me want to stay for the next. It'll be on cooldown for now as he smells something fishy. He doesn't feel like he's alone. I don't think he'll go all in on Jenkins here, but great pressure coming in the top by Mike Young.
Ooh, hit it.
Almost dodged on the first one. Perfect execution is in. They're going to try to get the kill down here. The second cut. And they are going to be able to cut enough. Getting through that scrap shield. Fallen Bandit goes down, and Jenkins does pick up the kill he was baiting for.
He sniffed it out, but in the completely wrong direction, so he ends up paying for it. And now the Akali's going to have a lot of power in this lane because this Rumble does not have flash. He's not going to be able to get away from an Akali that now has that extra slow with the Cutlass, but another engaged bottom lane.
Charm is on. You got to use that a little bit different now with the delay after Rakan's Charm, so it's a little bit more told. People have a chance to react. Tuesday comes into a very scary spot in that teleport. He's right next to Jenkins. Here comes Moon down the bot side. Is he going to be able to cut anybody up? But it seems like everybody's privy to the information. They have to be careful. Realm Warp kind of scatters things about as TL tries to get in. Now trying to get out. Moon flashing. Grand entrance coming in from Galio. Colin picking up the phone. He says, I'm answering the call on this one. He may go down. Stopwatch is there for him. And Mike Young looks like he's in a bad spot, but he's able to deny a little bit of vision here in the brush. CLG cannot see what's going on in that brush. And that's going to be the death of him as the re-engage comes through. The undertone, Shoryu coming through strong, 7-2 in a matter of no time here on the Rift.
What a massacre in the bottom lane. 5v5, 12 minutes in. Woo. All the teleports were used. Pretty much everything was spent down here. And look at that. The teleport comes in. Moon does not land it on the Ryze, but instead it connects onto Matt. And then it's just a back and forth trying to re-engage and disengage right back onto each other. And Mike comes up huge here. The undertows just hitting everybody every single time. He kites away really well here, waits for the cooldown to be back up, then hits 2 people, and that's all she wrote after that. This looks like TL has a huge lead now.
Woo. That's going to be Rift Herald getting grabbed up too. Collins there. It is Moon just around the corner, so this is enough pressure. Mike Young doesn't see what's in the jungle on the other side. He would be very, very bold to continue to do this without vision around him. It's not looks like Insanity can really collapse. He does have a bit of Jenkins on the side, but yeah, I don't think Mike Young wants any of this now, and he may go down for his trouble. It's a great save from Matt to support to the mid lane, and then saves at risk at Rift Herald, but they do lose Mike Young after all. And again, a bold play, thinking 7-3 was enough to taunt CLG off of Rift.
That's the power of Olaf. It baits you into thinking that you could be there by yourself. Oh yeah, that's fine, I'll survive the taunt. Remember, you lose all the armor, all the MR, you turn into butter the second you pop that ultimate, and he gets deleted, and at least it's Colin that gets a shutdown.
Yep.
Because the Galio is not going to be able to do nearly as much with that money as anybody else. And take a look at, once again, I'm so curious with Moon's build, because now he's gone with Bami Cinder. So this is going to be a tank Rengar?
I like it. You just stand on people invisible. Don't show yourself ever.
Wait a minute.
Good double bomb under the turret. You did not want to take that much damage, Insanity. Very, very sketchy play there from him, but maybe he has something in mind to call through Mike Young, make this play happen. Chrono Shift is up, so they can just get the ultimate back onto Tuesday. He'll push the lane in. That's no teleport here for Mike or for Insanity. He's got a long walk back to lane, and he's definitely going to miss a few CS. 133 to 124. It looks like it should even out overall.
At least there's no plates for him to lose and give away over to Tuesday, so he's going to be fine here. And with the blue buff now on the Zillion, I want to see more action between these two because they're so powerful right now that it seems like a waste for you to not try to make a play or at least use that ultimate on cooldown to try to catch anybody. You're practically at max speed here already. You might as well.
Stacking up the Rod of Ages now for Tuesday. He's finishing up his boots. There's finally the Skirmisher is finished up for Moon as he pieces together this cooldown garage sale build. I like it. He hasn't been able to use it yet, though. We got to see it come out. He has been participating in everything on the Rift so far, so he's staying active.
What I don't want to see, though, is a Knight's Vow Rengar. That's no. That's a no-go for me.
You mean you don't want him to take somebody else's damage going in the middle of the fight when he needs to live?
No, I want to see an Alpha Rengar.
This is like, there's a Chad Rengar, and then there's like a Brad Rengar. This is the Brad Rengar. This is Brad.
Brad the Rengar.
I see 15 minutes on the top side. Looks like they could get some good damage onto the turret. Actually, Colin's here. Oh, they try to go hard. Justice punches in, and Matt says no just as fast as he says yes.
That was so close. Just a little bit there, and Colin with a flash taunt to try to connect onto Matt.
Let's try this again. Rinse and repeat on the Rift Herald. They have a decent amount of vision. They're surrounded by it, but they have enough to stop CLG or play that smart enough to make sure they get it themselves. Clear that ward, Matt.
Yeah, they got a Colin.
There you go, there you go.
Still pushing the bottom lane, knowing that she nor Rumble have teleport, so it's going to be an easy 4v4. And you'd rather have the Rumble there, or rather split pushing and not there, because he's going to have a bigger impact on the team fight than the Akali, at least initially. Yeah, Akali can have a crazy flank and do amazingly well, but it's not as easy to execute as having the Rumble land a good equalizer that just wins you the fight flat out.
And like you said, things start to separate. Without the Rumble being on the map now, he's going down in CS. The wave just crashed into the bottom. It was a good push by Jenkins, and instead of going bottom, Fallen Bandit's forced to come up with the team, figure out what's going on up top. This is only going to make Jenkins bigger as he will now stay kind of mid and bot. And split push, Matt's got to be very careful. Auto could throw down. No, Sivir ultimate's on 75% cooldown right now. Realm Warp coming in. Insanity trying to get a little bit of help. Matt could be the one going down here. They go in for another engage. The flash from Colin. He connects with Matt. Mike Young assure you, but none go down just yet. Woo! Tuesday with the bomb over the wall. Oh, your time is up, Insanity. He goes down. 7-5 as CLG start to pull back. Something that feels good here on the Rift. They started to fall behind. Bot lane's going to be pushing itself out, and they come back stronger. Fallen Bandit came to the top side to help, and they are going to be able to get down the turret.
What a gutsy play out of Tuesday, flashing over, not knowing where the Rise is going to be exactly, but connects the bomb. I love the commitment that CLG just showed there. Yes, they were only able to get the engage onto Matt, but they walk away with Insanity as well, and the tower to both, so that was a really good call by them to really pull the trigger on here. And Moon flashes in trying to catch Shoryu, but he uses the ultimate, so the Bola connects onto Matt. And then a great little flash. But look at Tuesday. No vision here. They see Insanity. And Insanity did not have to run that way, right? He ran into that brush because he did not expect that Tuesday would do that.
That was a great bomb too. Just kind of seeing the fog of war, him walk out of it, and then you're like, you'll catch this. Great job. Great thinking. Tuesday coming up on Zillion, and a little bit of TLA is getting pushed too far. Their advantage they thought they had, I should say, is getting pushed too far. They get themselves in trouble, but eventually pick up that top turret. 2-0-3 is Jenkins. 2-0-4 for sure. You nicely done. 160 CS is kind of the average around the map right now. And you can see it's falling behind a little bit for CLG here as the map begins to open up.
They were doing so much work in the bottom lane, taking down that first blood down there, and now that they have one mountain, they'll prep to get another one. And with this Rift Herald, TL is in a really good position to try to make a push for a tier 2 tower right before the mountain, or even during it, putting CLG in a tough position. Like, do you defend an objective, or do you take the fight at Dragon while the Rift Herald is active? Instead, we're going to have it be used in mid lane to secure deeper vision for the upcoming mountain.
One more hit on that turret. I don't know if Rift gets that fully. There's going to be a sliver.
Yep. Perfectly calculated.
Yep. We needed one more hit. It's all right. Shelly's still happy with it. Get one more. Eye is closed, and it will be that half damage on the turret. Realm Warp comes out, actually gets stopped up. Beautiful job by Moon. This could be a very bad fight for Team Liquid as they didn't get the distance they needed. There goes Insanity once again. He cannot participate in this fight. And he is 0-3-3, pushing in now for the mid lane. CLG looks to put a lot of damage on the mid turret. They lost theirs, but what a Rift Herald counterattack they have going on right now to be able to take TL again down on their advantage push and get something back out of it.
This is the CLG composition coming online. When they're grouped up as 5, this is what happens. The sped up Rengar with bombs on them, and the Rise then starts getting cooked up in the Equalizer, and another great taunt out of Colin secures him in. And I actually think CLG might have been able to even push further there. They just didn't want to be under the threat of Jenkins getting some crazy picks there, because they didn't even use Zillion's Revive.
Doing a great job at biting back here where they feel like TL is overstepped. 2 Drakes still for TL though. Movement around the map with that Cloud Drake and Mountain Drake. They can start doing a bit more 2 objectives. Next one is also going to be a mountain, so that will be on the docket. Probably not fought for by both teams, but it is in the eyes of Mike Young right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Because he's against a Rengar.
That's true. There you go. Inclined to for that reason.
All right, the ultimates are back.
Good bomb damage on Dragon.
They're about to fight. Fallen Bandit's going to teleport in on this. The ward is being hit. Here we go.
Great call, that assist ward down on the bot side. He says, here we are, and flagged in. Rumble Equalizer's there. He's walking over the Scryer's orb, or Scryer's ward, so he is seen. Now he could be in a real sore spot. Jenkins comes in, tries to get out of the grand entrance. Shoryu just on the back line. Eyes on him and Mike Young as they can try to peel. They can try to get to that side pincer here. Back onto the Drake. Everybody says ring around the Rosie, and we're right back onto it. 3,300 for the objective. Starts to heal up as nobody has good confirmation and priority on the Drake. They stop it at 2,500 HP. Smite fight coming in. Level 11 on both sides, and it's going to be Moons. There goes the charm. Quickness in as Matt is out of the fight as fast as he is in. And it does not look like anybody's going to be going down here. A nice back and forth, and CLG come away with the Smite fight.
I was so worried that CLG was going to commit to that fight after using the Equalizer, but they knew they had no business staying in that fight. Instead, they would make sure that they try to get the steal, and Moon just outsmites Mike Young flat out, and now we're back to even mountains. If TLA would have gotten 2 mountains, that would have been a huge blow to the CLG composition, because there's no way they would be able to react quickly enough against a double mountain attempt at a Baron. But now anybody can go for a Baron play and take it down in a matter of seconds, and look at that. The thing that I didn't want to see, we're seeing it again.
What is it?
It's a Knight's Vow on the Rengar.
No!
But I'm sure he knows better than I do.
Maybe there's a sale or something. You just can't pass it up, right?
50% off Knight's Vow, only for Rengars.
Oh, man. All right, so what
Full tank?
What are you getting out of this? Full tank, but why Knight's Vow? It provides the cooldown right away and just armor against what you're hitting up against, and Olaf and Shoryu.
Yeah, right. Armor, cooldown reduction.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he's going to be using it on Sivir, who's going to be the highest DPS in the team.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good item that you want to have the components with, because it is cheap.
Has he even kinged anybody yet? He hasn't.
He has not kinged anybody yet.
Oh, here we go. Put it on. Oh, the ward. Wait, maybe on the ward? Put it.
No, so he has yet to use it.
Maybe Zillion?
Because I was hoping he would maybe go for a Black Cleaver, which, yes, it's a little bit weird since you're not a full AD Rengar to synergize with yourself, but you got a lot of HP out of it with the Cinder Hulk, and you do help Sivir with the Shred because she is going to do a lot of damage, so she will benefit from that. So instead, let's see if the Knight's Vow works, because it is a very cost-effective item, right? It's a good item. It's just, did we want to see Tank Rengar here?
We'll have to see. He still has it crowned anyway. I don't know. Maybe he is the king.
He crowns no one.
He cannot. Olaf coming down from top side. Really good vision control here.
Here we go.
Kadiel's getting a good chance to walk around without being seen. Initiation with the charm, the quickness, and they are outness. Nicely done here by Matt. Mike Young throws a bit of aggression in there, and they activate the Sivir ult. You're just saying, whoa, that's scary. Colin's ult was also used there, remember, so they lost a lot of utility on what would be the counter initiation that has been winning them the fights in the side of CLG. DL has a much bigger window to enter and stay in the fight now.
There it is. He just kinged the Sivir. Just
I thought I heard it. I didn't see it, though. It's like, hey, you going to use that?
Right. It's like, it's been 5 minutes.
All right, good. Leandries is there for Fallen Bandit. Merc Threads usually, as we're seeing, if you're not just wholly ahead of the game to get Sork boots, you want a little survivability against the Kali. It's going to hurt.
Oh, his flash is still down.
Oh, this is bad. You want a lot of survivability against the Kali because it is going to hurt. Perfect execution. Mike Young still comes up with that kill there. 2 ultimates, however. This is actually what CLG just used. So utility being now taken away from the side of Team Liquid Academy is going to hurt them a little bit as they, again, bite off more than they can chew. Shoryu now to mid lane. Matt has that early rotation through since the outer round of turrets are down for CLG. In and out for Team Liquid as they pull down a second-tier turret on CLG's side in mid.
But hey, that's a great rotation out of them. They take down that turret, and then they also crash a minion wave in the bottom lane, so even bigger XP denial. This is a good move out of Team Liquid going for that. The one thing I don't think needed to happen is Mike Young did not need to ult against Fallen Bandit right there. I'm not sure why, but he did it anyways, and now he dies for it, because otherwise he would have been able to easily walk away from this. Wow. He still has flash. He still had it.
One and done. Clean it up. Insanity pushing bot lane, doing a very nice job here. This was Jenkins just a bit ago, but they've really been divvying up the map nicely between those solo laners. Now, Insanity to split push bot. Jenkins back towards the top. He just got a kill with Mike Young. So things are looking great. This is that aggression we kind of hear, you know, Team Liquid say as they are, or Team Liquid Academy say as they are the Academy team. We scrim with the big team, play like the big team, and this is that aggressive play.
They are their mentors.
They are their mentors. 4K gold lead now, a 3K gold. That was right. Don't second guess.
That's the name of the game with League of Legends now. Second guessing gets you second place.
Insanity still keeping himself up in farm, having a bit of a rougher game. I think we saw him on Pike yesterday, which he was doing very well on, but then kind of played like int Pike as he was, I'm invisible, I'm fast. Oh, I just got myself killed. Let's try again. I'm invisible and fast. So it doesn't seem like his plays hurt the team with much of what he's doing. He's always able to stay in there and create an impact either way. Nice chrono break taken out there as they kind of deny some ultimates. Perfect execution. Wow, just short. I don't think he wanted it that quick, and it looks like they're in a real tough spot now for Jenkins. 4v1, flash is over. If Shroud is up, he can really waste some time here. He's going to go ring around the rosy. Unfortunately, Shoryu's in the base of TL, so Jenkins doesn't have much time for the team to run around and do too much. And he goes down before they can capitalize on more than a bit of damage on Drake.
Hey, but getting this Mountain Dragon is going to be a pretty big deal. The fact that they committed to this chase, and now CLG, they have one man up. There's a teleport up on Jenkins that's going to be available in 35 seconds. What do they make with this play? Because there is the opportunity to just bum rush Baron right now. Just try to rush Baron.
Or Shoryu. Thought you were at least going to get the attack out there with the movement speed on Zillion. Speed up. At least get the ultimate from Shoryu. They're trying to test the waters here. They got redemption on Colin for these extended fights. Hopefully get themselves in a good position and not too pushed around to use that redemption.
So you know when Double Lift said that some teams were in NA just going for the 70-30s, not trying the 60-40s, let alone 50-50s. That was a 60-40 for CLG right now. That was available.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just
a 60-40 with
Baron.
a guaranteed storm from Featherstorm.
You have a
right?
man advantage.
You get the ult out.
Yeah, you got a man advantage for 30 seconds with a Mountain Drake and a Sivir and members that can tank the Baron. So there's a real chance that they could have just gone a Baron, force a 5v4. So I'm hoping that they watch a VOD You know, they'll put the sound on
Oh,
and
yeah.
listen to me saying, you at least consider it. I don't care if it's the right call for them, but at least consider the opportunity that was an option, that you could have tried to force a Baron with a man advantage, because there's no big team fight ultimate for Team Liquid.
Yeah.
You've got a Rumble that should be able to just lay down the carpet and melt down the Rise and force Saya to ult and put her in a really tough pickle.
Jenkins to bot. See if he can get stopped here by Fallen Bandit. Doesn't look like he'll get too much movement on it. They need to get some more forward words on Team Liquid side before they actually try to fight in this jungle. Baron could be tempted if they want to pull CLG back, but that would be really good for that AoE of Equalizer if they were putting themselves in that pit. So we'll see Team Liquid stay away from it for now and just kind of taunt the vision fight. That'll be the safest thing for them to get.
And speaking of taunts, Colin has his flash available, and the most important member here to hit that on, yeah, it could be Shoryu, but he has the cleanse. So you go for the second best, and it's Insanity. He has no Merc Treads, no cleanse. If this Rice gets taunted, you combo it with Tuesday's bombs. He doesn't do a lick of damage and is immediately removed from the team fight. So they need to be aggressive here and use their spells against the members of TL that it would work against. You can hear him. What do you call that? It's not a quack.
Clucking?
Oh, clucking. That's what
He's clucking. He's doing what he needs to. I think he was actually cooking his family there. Let's not talk about that.
Cannibalism
Weird
is a
chicken
new
skin.
fad,
Yeah,
I guess.
apparently. Chicken's good. Chicken is good.
You won't believe the latest health trend.
3 Mountain Drake, so no more mountains. We actually see our third elemental of the game that will be an ocean. So only oceans and clouds will spawn for now if we don't get that Elder quick enough. And it's 8-8. What a comeback here. What, like, shot to 7-2 right away after the CLG TL bot lane fight. Seemed to be so much in TL's favor, but here slowed down at the second tier form of turrets. It doesn't look like TL can get too much of initiation behind. They just have Matt to go in. There, uses one, still has the quickness on though, and they get the Sivir ultimate out. This is perfect for the chase that Mike Young and the team might want to put on. There's the Rengar ultimate as well. You can see it over Mike Young's head. Eyes are going to be on the closest member to who could be killed by Moon, and that was Matt for the time being. And now down goes Matt, or down goes Moon, I should say, into the fight. It looks like Jenkins going to do a little bit of damage on the backside, try to get that focus towards him. Colin is the damage focus, and when the big guy goes down, that doesn't smell good things. Otto trying to get the kills in with Bandit burning people up, but it's not going to happen as he gets cooked down himself. And it's going to be just Tuesday roaming around, Realm Warp over to Baron, and that's going to be Team Liquid.
Oh, and Tuesday and Otto, their synergy was just a bit off. Not able to get the most out of that Zillion ultimate. There was just not a communication as to who was going to do it. I think.
No, get that away from Mike Young.
Oh, he's fine.
Nice job dodging the double bombs. Jenkins no ultimate, but he does get the Hextech blade on with the slows. One chrono shift. Yeah, why not? Waste the ultimate. Make it happen.
Snowball. Hey, you got the flash.
Heck yeah. 5 minutes down. We're going to see that at 36-27 for Tuesday. Mark it on your calendars.
That was so forced. So if you took a look at every other CLG fight, they would engage being assertive. This time they're kind of counter-engaging. And yeah, they get the Xayah right away. There's no follow-up. There's no one dealing out any other damage. But you trade one for one, and take a look at the bottom side. It's Otto and Tuesday. They're trying to take down Insanity, and then just such a weird use of spells. Otto walking back and forth with the ultimate, not sure. Do I go in? Do I go out? When's it going to time in? When's it going to time out? I might as well flash in. Flashes in at the second that it wears off, and immediately just gets dropped.
You can see the consideration of TL in that fight. The fights have worked so well for CLG before because on Moon was Colin. Galio is ulting in. That's still on cooldown. So if Moon goes in, you saw them all running and then turn around and say, hey, wait, there's no follow-up for you. You're going down, cat. We got a box for you.
That's tank Rengar, and he died that quickly.
Super fast. Adaptive Helm, too. So the follow-up damage from Insanity is less and less and less. And all those things he's getting hit with, he should last a little bit longer. But melted here, Colin was also taken down quite quickly in that fight. As a result, we see the two tanks getting hit up. TL is going to be able to burn through this quite fast. 5-0-5 for Shoryu, stepping up on the Xayah this game. 2-1-7 here for Jenkins as they've had good help from Mike Young in that jungle to set up some of these plays. with Matt on that Rakan. Moon is in. There is the Galio ultimate we're looking for. It spreads out TL just a little bit more for that reinitiation. They don't have too much damage follow-up, though. The CC doesn't always scare. Ooh. It's the damage that changed the minds of your opponent. Matt goes down. He feels a little bit of that burn. And it looks like they may be able to push in that top side with Jenkins pressure here. And bot inhibitor turret is down.
That was Matt re-engaging 3v5.
Yep.
He chose to go in on that one, gets dropped right away, but you still got the bottom turret, and now you're going to be able to get the inhibitor with Jenkins. I think if he shrouds, the minion should do the rest of the work. Ooh, cannon minion. One more. Kaboom! Wow. Worth it.
Worth it, absolutely. Around the map, TL starts to make quick work of these structures. 3 inhibitor turrets down for Counter Logic Gaming Academy here, as they definitely need to now start using a little bit of that Counter Logic to figure out how to get out of this sticky situation.
Well, ooh, that was loud. It's gonna be all about auto. The Sivir is really the only way back into this game for them. Zillion, Rengar, and Rumble are pretty much negligible damage at this point. There's too much HP resistances, and they're not meant to be late-game damage dealers anyways, at least not with these builds. So it's all about keeping Auto alive. So I think if he has a little more courage than he did in the last fight, he's going to be able to walk away and win one fight, win game. Yeah. You got one mountain.
I keep thinking of when we used to get a little bit more Rengar in the LCS, of what those games were like at 34 minutes, and it's basically a stalemate. You're like, wait, if he has ult, well, we can't really do anything, because once you hear him ult, we have to protect him.
And he always has ult with this build.
You always have ult, but now you don't really have to protect anybody. They don't have to worry when they see the eye over their head. They're like, all right, wait, I think he's on me. He's coming over here. Yeah. He's like,
hey, over here.
Ollie, Oxenfree. So it's a little bit different to see that, especially with wanting to give him the support with Galio, the support with Tuesday, like you were saying. You'll let to see him tearing people up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look more into why he's choosing to go with this tank build, because to me, it just makes so much sense when you have a guy that one-shots somebody, and then you just trade 1 for 1, but you revive him.
Yeah.
So you never lose that member. Like, that's what the combo has been all the time. Mike Young flashes in.
Well, they'll initiate on that tank. Colin does what he can to get the Justice Punch and taunt back. 3 big damage, or 3 big hits of damage, I should say, on the members of CLG. Jenkins gets himself out of the fight. Shoryu now trying to answer in with the Feathers. Moon in the eye of priority targets. It looks like he'll go down here. Feathers pulled back, and there's the attack. Jenkins with a quick kick to the throat. Auto falls. Bandits going down. It looks like TL's going 3-1 so far in the season, as they'll be making quick work of CLG's base on this 17-10 with 35 minutes on the clock, and they will put the finishing touches on the Nexus.
They absolutely crushed it. Look at Shoryu. The man has not died yet with a huge KP this game. Just a stellar performance out of the bottom lane.
Gotta feel good.
Especially after losing your jungler, level 1, lost his flash, you still managed to win your lanes.
Absolutely tough in that situation. Figuring out that, hey, it's not going to be too much. I think it also kind of struck a chord or a thorn in the side of CLG that Colin was getting those kills in the beginning. It's great to get kills, but when your support gets them and the Sivir needs them, or anybody else that wants to carry needs them, you don't have that mid-game damage.
And I think that CLG could look to this game and think, we need to be a little bit faster on pulling the trigger. Whatever it takes to get the party started, we need to do it. Because you see Mike Young, that's what he's doing. How many times do you see Olaf flash axe, first person in the fight? That's how you start it.
I love it. They're ready. They were ready to take the 60-40s.
Yeah, that's so close to ending.
Those are the fights that we're looking at. As we look back into the game, we did see that it was kind of slow, steady to start things off, and then everything opened up with that fight in the bot lane. We're like, oh, it's a small fight, and then it turned into a double TP, huge fight.
Yeah, this was just a nutty fight in the bottom lane, top and mid TP. Then you've got the other mid laner teleporting, Rengar ultis in, then you got the next teleport coming down there, that's the Rumble. But this Rumble doesn't have an equalizer. That's the big thing, because a fight just happened in the top lane. So had there been an equalizer for this play out of CLG, I think it would have been very, very different. But instead, they kind of just answered mindlessly, just thinking, okay, somebody's here, we need to be here. Instead of just backing off, losing one member, taking the teleport, and in the end, Team Liquid just walks away victorious, having more abilities, more people ready for that fight than CLG did.
And I think it was actually telling but it wasn't, because we expected that to happen to CLG a lot more. I was surprised with the way they came back, especially with the tank Rengar build not being able to kind of force their own fights unless something by Galio was awesomely hit. They were kind of working off mistakes and always trying to attack back with the Galio ult with the offensive. Even on the Rift Herald, they're able to get it and TL keep a lead, but they did blow open the mid, blow it open in mid with that fight, where they were able, I believe, use Rift Herald. So this was after that play, I apologize, where Moon tried to go in. This is when Galio ult was down.
Yeah,
that's right.
And the Rengar gets deleted right away, trades for the Rakan. You see that the Sivir's fighting in the bottom lane, and there's just no contest in the top side of the map. The Galio and Rumble are not going to be able to do much against a really fed Xayah, on Olaf, and an Akali there, so it was really all up to Otto and the Zillion to carry that fight there. Unfortunate that they were not able to do so, but I think with just a little bit more practice with this composition, they'll run over games.
It looks good. I like the CLG, as I said, is trying these things out in the beginning of the year. It's going to continue to bolster that repertoire that they have to say, oh, this is banned out. Well, we can go back to one of those things that we practice and not feel pinched in this situation.
And if it comes down to playoffs, a best of series, you're going to have to look back into CLG's week 2 compositions and think, they will always be able to do this, and that makes preparing against them just such a nightmare when you have to think, okay, there's Rengars, there's Funnel, then there's Standard. What are they going to pick?
Yeah, really. So actually, let's hear more about that victory. I'd like to welcome Mike Young to the broadcast via Skype. Mike, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Hello.
Good to be here.
So starting that game off, it seemed that you might have tripped over your shoelaces in the jungle. Tell us about this.
Oh, yeah, well, just got level 1 cheese, you know. Shit happens.
Indeed it does. So this doesn't do anything to your mentality. What does the kind of team say after something like that happens?
I mean, after that, like, Galio got the kill.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter too much, and I was still stronger than the Rengar, still outpathing him, so everything was still fine.
Easy stuff.
So you got to go to MSI with main Team Liquid as a substitute. I wonder, what did you learn from that experience, obviously being one of the best performances from North America, to bring back to the Academy team? Because I see you playing really aggressive. I mean, that last fight, you're engaging Flash, Undertow, first person in the mix. Olaf, every time I've seen an Olaf do that, they're about to feed their face off. But you pulled it off.
I think just, like, everybody on this team, like, every single lane wants to play for kills. And, like, even on this team, I'm, like, trying to, like, reel them in sometimes. But, like, I just know that if I want to go for a play, like, everybody will follow up. So I knew that engage was good. And as for, like, the MSI thing, I think, like, the experience really helped when it comes to, like, when it comes back from MSI and playing, you know, Academy, there's not really that much pressure. Because, like, I was with the team at MSI, and, like, there's, like, so much pressure there. And something was really crazy that Kane said was, you know, just play for fun, guys. You only get this experience once in a lifetime. So, yeah, for fun.
That's really awesome. You guys definitely seem to be having a great time. My next question for you is, obviously coming out, you've had so much experience throughout leagues and having that kind of want to play super strong and aggressive like you did before. Do you feel like that kind of competitive edge is back for you? You feel like you're in a really good place right now with your play?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm, you know, in the best shape that I've been in for a long time right now. And I'm feeling really good about the split.
Are you in the best shape physically as well? Because we've heard some players that they go and they start, all right, trying to go full Zen mode, making sure that you take good care of yourself across the board.
Yeah, I've been going to the gym once a week and stuff. So that's been going well too.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Well, another win on the board. Got to feel good for the team. And Mike, we just want to congratulate you and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the call.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we are now headed for a break, but don't go anywhere. We are coming back. It's going to be 100 Thieves versus Clutch Gaming. You're watching the 2019 Summer Academy League.
Look at that shift in the background, like a little chameleon.